What's up, my fellow scruffy looking nerf herders, and welcome to the Carbonite Chat. Today, I'm going to be talking about some of the interesting news that's come out with the TV show, a little tidbit about Snoke, and then something else to do with Ozzy Osbourne and Star Wars. The first thing that's kind of the big news that I'm sure you've probably heard about is Jon Favreau is writing and producing a Star Wars TV show. Now, we don't know where this is going to go, but we know it's going to be live action, which is very interesting, exciting. I had mentioned that probably the future of Star Wars is going to be TV for the true fans. And I think this is kind of a hint towards that. I think Jon Favreau is a huge Star Wars fan. I think he's a true Star Wars fan. And I think when it comes to writing a TV show, and I think that's best. I think that's awesome. I mean, he's talented. I mean, I think he did really well with Jungle Book. I think he did well with the first Iron Man. Second Iron Man, there was a little bit of, the Marvel getting into it before they really had a grasp of what they were doing. But outside of that, the TV, the issues that we've had, most of the fans have had is with Kathleen Kennedy and some of her kind of pushing around some people and pushing certain things that we haven't seen as much in TV. We've only had one TV show, but hopefully it seems like she's not really focusing on that. It's the little brother, so she doesn't care about it. And or it's the man, so she doesn't care about it. Which, speaking of, oh man, if you've been paying attention to this, the ultimate, just the greatest thing ever. So they make a movie that is largely considered uber feminist, uber anti-male. I mean, along with many other things, but I mean, it's all, the women are the successful and the men are the failures just throughout the movie. Whether or not you want to agree that that was a purposeful agenda, it was quite obvious. I mean, it was women talking down to men as men failed and women succeeded. So, I mean, I've reviewed on articles, Nerdish wrote stupid stuff, it's about the toxic masculinity, and finally we have great heroes and all this stuff. But of course, you can never make that group happy. It's impossible to please them. So almost in an act of God, you have Kathleen Kennedy mentioning that they are brought on Jon Favreau to direct a TV show on International Women's Day. You can't write this. Like, you can't write this. It is unbelievable that she releases it. The uber feminist that she is did not put together that people are complaining, which is stupid to begin with, but people are complaining that there's not enough women directing Star Wars now. It's like, oh, sure, we've kind of filled the cast up here, and we're making all of our main heroes kind of be women at this point. And if they're a male hero, we're going to talk down to them. And we've got our own female TV show, and we got our video game, and the female's the lead character. But we got to have the directors too, and let's do the cinematographers too. And you know what? Where's the editors? Like, well, actually, there are already female editors. But anyways, that won the Oscar for the original Star Wars. But we don't know those things. But this is the issue that she announces on International Women's Day. Thank you, Kathleen Kennedy. The one thing I can thank you for this. You mentioned that you're hiring Jon Favreau, and the crowd goes wild. You got Huffington Post. You got a lot of other just idiotic media sources writing about how insane this is. It's injustice that she would do something. It's absolutely crazy. It's beautiful. I love it. That as hard as she tries to screw up Star Wars to make these people happy, she still can't make them happy. because she couldn't wait one day to announce that Jon Favreau was going to be directing. Okay, anyways. First off, again, I think it's great. I mentioned Iron Man and I mentioned Jungle Book. He also did Chef, which was really good. And I mean, the guy, he loves Star Wars. He's a good storyteller. He knows how to work within the realm of an existing universe, and he knows how to do it with a fantasy type thing. I know comic books, they're fantasy, so yeah. But I think he understands that he loves Star Wars. He's really good friends with Dave Filoni, which is really important. It can get Dave Filoni a chance to direct live action. It gives a chance to bring in a bunch of other directors. Maybe we can bring some in to shut some people up, like the Handmaid's Tales director. It's a woman that they've been trying to bring in. I haven't seen the show, but I've heard it's really good. I get nervous about bringing someone from TV to movies, but let her do an episode or two of the movie, of the show. I don't care. I'm an egalitarian. Like, as far as I'm concerned, whoever's best for the job gets the job. That's all I care about. But anyways, I look forward to that. One thing I require: hire Sam Witwer. Come on. He's unbelievable. He can do so many voices. I want him to be Darkseid. Just let Sam Witwer be Sam Witwer. I mean, let him let him go. Let him run with it. I'm sure he will, because Dave Filoni always brings him on. And so that'll be awesome. The interesting thing will just be where they start this. You know, where's it going to be located? Is it, somewhere around the time we know, or is it going to be a completely different time? I guess we'll just have to see. But it will be interesting. I'm excited for this. I've hated on the movies. I've basically given up on the movies. I don't have much hope. I'm holding enough hope because I'm going to go watch Solo for this channel to review it. And I know quite a few people have said that they're waiting on my review to judge whether or not they'll watch it. And many people are not going to watch it completely, which I respect and support. Bravo. But I'm keeping it tad bit of hope just so I can be fair when I'm watching it. But the movie's 9's just dead to me. But the TV show, I'm holding out hope for. I've got to keep some hope for Star Wars. I still do love Star Wars. Pre 2015, basically. 14? When did they buy it? It might have been 2012. It doesn't matter. Pre-Disney. So I'm excited for the TV show. I look forward to more information. And, of course, they're going to probably try to pull all the stops to make sure people have to get this Disney platform that they're opening in 2019. The interesting note would be when exactly it comes out in 2019. Rumors have said that they've been working on this with Jon Favreau for a while. So probably the second he's done with Lion King, he's going to get to work. And he may have been able to be working on it while they're in post-production for Lion King. I don't know. It'll be interesting when it comes out. Also interesting, a video came out by Thor Skywalker. I'll post a link to the video down below. I thought it was very interesting. He discussed what's next after Rebels, and I think it's very interesting that he kind of brings up the fact of how quickly they finished. And I'd kind of thought about it, but moved on because I was kind of focusing on other things a little bit more. But he talked about how, they wrapped up these last couple episodes in 3 weeks. Like, why wrap it up so quick? Unless they needed to get it done for something else to come. And so he suggested that they might actually even put out another TV show, another animated show around fall. And I think this would make sense because there's just going to be a hole in that space because there's no movie coming out in December this year. And you're going to have a year off in time. So the perfect thing to do would be to go ahead and jump into it. And I mentioned in a prior video that they have the rights to Star Wars Resistance. And the way they set up and jump forward with all of these characters in Rebels, I wouldn't be surprised if they just jump to Star Wars Resistance and it follows along with these characters and maybe starts to begin to lead that space between the Battle of Jakku a year after Return of the Jedi to all the way up till about, when the Resistance starts a couple years before The Force Awakens. That I don't care as much about because I don't care about this trilogy. But, if Dave Filoni's working on it, it's got some of my interest. We'll see. Hopefully it's a little more adult now that we've got more adult characters and not as many kids, but who knows? We'll see. But he did that. I'll post a video link down below. It's pretty good. It was worth a watch, and wanted to bring that up as an interesting possibility since I was mentioning TV right here. The other thing that is kind of on the news is a lot of people posted it out there and said that Snoke prequel's coming, which is false. If you read the articles, there's quite a few of them out there, but basically Andy Serkis just said that he had come up with a plan and an idea for JJ, that they knew there was a backstory behind who Snoke was. And then, of course, he got killed off, but he's been told not to say anything in case they want to do a prequel. And that's just, and in case, like, you know, but everybody's writing that a prequel's coming, but that's not true. And I don't think many people want it at this point. It's like, why we wanted a prequel to Palpatine and Vader because they mattered. They were awesome. Snoke's just a punk that got cut in half by an angry kid. Like, I was looking forward to Snoke. I thought he could be interesting. But he wasn't. There's nothing to him. He was a terrible character. And so he's cut in half. And, you know, if you would have told me that they're going to do a prequel prior to episode 8, I would have been like, all right, I'm all in. Let's see this. But now I don't care. And I don't think many people do care. I think it's Andy Serkis trying to keep hope alive. You know, the guy's been killed off in a couple franchises now. He needs another one to exist. So anyways, that's that on all of those news. I think there was something else, but I can't remember. But there is one other thing. So a quick cut there. I normally don't cut anything, but there's a cut there because I actually saw a video that had popped up in my email list for War Pigs remake of about 1:30 of War Pigs from Ozzy Osbourne. And it was edited over Star Wars. I watched like the first 3 seconds and it was really awesome at the very beginning. I was like, I'll do a little reaction to this at the end of it. And so I had said that and then I reacted to it and it was terrible. It was really awesome like at the first 45 seconds. And then the last 45 seconds was just terrible. Like it went from like, okay, I'm really into this to awful. I'll post a link down below if you want to watch it. But anyways, I cut that out so that you didn't have to watch crap like I did. You've seen enough crap with The Last Jedi. And so anyways, I wanted to put this video out just to kind of cover some of the news. And I had issues with this mic. And I was behind because the mic wasn't working and I needed to get it fixed. And so I wanted to get this video out, and I thought it was perfect time to talk about some news. I'll be back to a little bit more normal tomorrow, since you had the Alex Jones video yesterday, and then today you got this and Rebels, which I'm now done with. But anyways, thank you as always for watching, and never forget, you Nerf herders, I love you.